everybody, it's me Danny. I am back on YouTube trying to get just some perspectives out there and some conversations started. So this month is Pride Month. I'm going to start with a bang and just let all of the families know that are out there raising kids, having babies, and being a family, that we support you. I support you, and it is hard no matter what walk of life you're in. But I know that being in the LGBTQA and more family just has layers to it that some families may not ever experience. And so I wanted to just acknowledge this month is Pride Month and let all of the families out there know that I am in support of you. It is so critical that all families have support, and that just unfortunately is not always been true for our families that may be same-sex, transgender, or any other shape, form of the LGBTQ community. So as we go through some of these topics in the next few weeks that I'm going to be talking about, know that that is always a part of my thought process for every family involved. As a social worker, I've kind of had to have my hands and heart and mind involved to be able to really accommodate and serve our community, in every way. So that covers families from low income, the obvious, big issues that our society has, low income, non-English speaking, or those who are not legally living here. I've had to work with families who are non-traditional in the fact of like maybe grandparents raising their grandchildren, families working through abuse, families working through substance abuse, families working through all kinds of different layers of experiences. And being a same-sex family or a transgender family or any, like I said, any other version of that non-traditional family makeup, it can be a barrier for services for so many different reasons, So my walk through the NICU, for example, was not easy. And I would say in many ways I am cookie cutter mainstream America. I'm married to a man, I'm educated, I've got my master's degree, I have a full-time job with insurance coverage. There's a lot of just baseline advantages that I have had access to, and it was an extremely hard walk for me and my husband, and our kids, my whole family. It was extremely hard. And so when I was in the NICU and I got connected with a social worker, my thought was, well, good Lord, if I needed a social worker, how are these other families navigating through layers that I'm not experiencing? I have a vehicle, I have a car. I know that there were families that resided in, say, Williamsburg or Newport News even, and they don't have a car. Transportation is a problem. That means you can't see your baby as often as you'd like. So without any other situation, transportation only can be a layer that families are working through. So imagine a LGBTQ family working through any of those other layers. Yes, honey. I'm making a video. Can you go and watch TV for 5 minutes? Yep. Okay. Or you want to sit with me? Well, you have to be quiet. This is my big boy. And he said he wants to sit with me. So at any rate, that experience was hard for me, and I just can't imagine any other complications or experiences that families might be going through. So that is YouTube. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. It's Frank.
No, it's not Frank.
Yeah, Mommy.
That's Mommy and Logan.
Is Daddy?
No, Daddy's not in there. So listen, I want you to go sit down, okay? Because Mommy's almost done. Go sit down, please. Thank you. I know. So, anyways, that is where I'm going to start for this month. I'm not, I'm off my soapbox, but my role as a social worker is to serve the community in its entirety and provide social justice and resources and, learn and educate myself about every possible walk that our families might experience, and that is just one small sliver of it. I encourage you to do the same if you know a family in or out of the NICU that is raising a family, raising children right now. Dig deep and look hard and challenge yourself just to see the humanness, have some compassion, and try to even think about walking a day in their shoes. The difficulties of what that might be bring to their life and their children's lives. And I don't want to get political, I don't want to get religious, because there's layers to all of those things. My role, like I said again, is to serve our families, and I really had to push myself and challenge myself to do the same thing to be able to just do my job. I just had to do it to do my job. If I wanted to be an effective social worker, I really had to open myself to work with people in so many different capacities that outside of what I was raised and cultured to do. So my heart and so much love goes out to all of our families, but for this month it's especially for our families of LGBTQ orientation. And if there is anything that I can do to have a different perspective, a better perspective about your experiences, my mind is looking at, for example, you may not be married, you may not legally be married in this predicament and having a child. So that's looking at complications like insurance coverage and access to resources like Medicaid and all these other things. Like, there's a lot of different things that might possibly be impacted by just that simple fact, unfortunately. So if there's anything that I need to, and I'm so open to that, learning as a professional and just as a human about any way that I can better the community and serve better, tell me in the comments, share with me, message me. I probably will post this in a Facebook post as well. So if you're on Facebook and you happen to come across this, same deal. And thank you for just persevering, being strong, and having courage to not just live your very best life in this planet right now, but to do one of the most difficult things in the world, which is raise a family. All right, encouragement, love, peace to you all. And I'm gonna end here. I'll be posting more. It may or may not revolve around Pride Month, but my thought is to always try to be inclusive of the experiences all different kinds of families may be dealing with. Okay, all right, take care of yourselves and go love on your babies. Bye.